guys, so today's video is makeup regrets. So part 2, I filmed a part 1 that I'll try to remember to put in the description. I always forget to put links, but I did a part 1 and then I was like, oh, I hope this is like the cohesive list of everything I regret buying, and turns out no. You guys actually reminded me in the comment section. You were like, didn't you forget this? And didn't you forget this? And I was like, okay guys, I'll film a part 2 then. My social media will be in description along with my drama channel, anything else you might need to find. Also, just like with any other video on my second channel, if you have any beauty regrets that you regret buying, so any like makeup or skincare that you regret buying, leave in the comment section. I might film a video of your regrets. I did this with unpopular opinions. So I did my unpopular opinions and then reacting to your unpopular opinions. So if you have any makeup regrets, let me know and I'll film a part 2 just going over your makeup regrets, and maybe we can help other people save money or just at least not waste money. And I'm gonna get into that because like I wasted a lot of money on stuff that I didn't need. My first one, so these are 2 products that I like heavily trashed on my channel, and I feel like because I trashed them so bad, I just erased them from my memory. So when it came to filming the regrets video, I just didn't include them. So this is kind of, I bought them at the same time. The ABH lip stains. The fury I felt towards those lip stains. They did not move, but like in a bad way. You would apply them to like, you'd start spreading them, and wherever you touched first, that's just where there was a blob, and then you couldn't spread it out. It made your lips look like butthole lips. It gave you crackly lips. It was the most awful lip product I've ever tried. I could not wait to get rid of them. I had to film a few videos with them, but I could not wait to get them out of sight. So I recently actually got rid of them, so I don't have them to show you. Also, the ABH brow pen. Worst brow product I've ever tried. It wasn't skinny at all, so you just created these like thick, ugly lines that you couldn't blur out. But then if you sprayed your face with setting spray, they just wiped off immediately. Like I just had like a bald patch right here. I usually apply setting sprays over all of my brow products just as a last touch up, or throughout the day I like to touch up with setting spray, and none of my brow products do that until I remove them at the end of the day. But this one literally just like, I just did this and it just started like coming off. Worst brow product ever. Oh my god, it's so windy outside and I have to go get my first dose of my vaccination. I'm so happy, so excited. I can finally go live my life after the 12 weeks, you know, when I get my second dose. But I don't know how I'm even gonna leave the house because like that tree looks like it's struggling, and that tree's definitely heavier than me. So I might get blown away. My second regret, well technically third product, is hydrating primers. Too many of them, or even just buying them at all. What I used to do is, because I thought I had really dry skin, I would buy a lot of hydrating primers to put under my makeup to compensate for the dryness. Then what I realized is you just need a good solid skincare routine, and then you don't actually need a hydrating primer. You should get a primer that solves a different issue that skincare can't solve, aka like filling in your pores if that's something you want to do, or I don't know, mattifying, blurring, anything like that. Those are things that you can do with a good primer, but at the end of the day, I think one primers are kind of not necessary all the time. I feel like unless you have like some, like just one specific thing you want to do before your makeup routine, then you don't need them. But buying hydrating primers as a whole is just so dumb because you're essentially just buying another part of your skincare routine. What I do now is I do like a pretty heavy skincare routine right before bed, where I even put like a nighttime balm on, like a face balm. I use the pharmacy one. You essentially just put that at the end of your skincare routine. It feels a little bit Vaseline-y, so just be careful of that. But you apply that over top of your whole skincare routine to like seal it all in. And then when you wake up in the morning, your skin's still very much hydrated. So then I wash my face and then I go in with a much lighter skincare routine, but still very hydrating. I do some kind of a hydrating serum. I do like a face mist if I'm feeling like I want to relax and have a spa moment. Then I go in with some kind of a face cream, some kind of an eye cream, and let that soak in for half an hour to an hour before doing my makeup. Then I don't go in with a hydrating primer because at that point, like I already waited for my skincare to soak in and do its thing, and then I'm gonna just add another hydrating step. I might as well just put on another layer of face cream. Like it just makes no sense to me anymore. I don't see the point of doing it. It actually makes my makeup slip around more because it's so slippy. So I feel like at this point I have like such a good skincare routine that hydrating primers just infuriate me because I can't fit them in anywhere. Like I'm trying to use up my hydrating primers and it just feels so obnoxious to add this layer of makeup that I don't need. It just feels like an unnecessary layer on my face that I'm just not very keen on right now. So I'm just trying to use them up, but I have like 1001 hydrating primers. So I just wish I didn't buy that many. I wasted so much money on essentially what is just like an extra step to my skincare routine. Like more than anything, it's just an extra step to my skincare routine. Anyway, then buying too many backups. I talk about this all the time, and recently I actually had to throw away pretty much a fresh, almost unused Hourglass lip stick, like the ones in the skinny cute packaging. I actually bought it for my full face of Hourglass. I don't know when that was, but I used on my Very Victoria Mini lipstick. Spoiler alert for my empties video on Project Pan. I used it up. This is Pillow Talk now, which is not much different, just a little bit more pink. It's also mini, so I'll be using that up. But actually before the Pillow Talk, I wanted to use up the Hourglass because I was like, oh, it's a little bit old. I should probably use it up. I didn't think it was old expired. I just thought it was like, you know, lipstick that I bought a year ago that I probably wanted to use up. I opened it and it smelled like moldy styrofoam. Not that I've ever smelled moldy styrofoam, but like that's what I imagine moldy styrofoam to smell like. And actually I would have probably left it and kept on using it if I didn't have a new one to compare to. So I recently bought the vegan red Hourglass lipstick without carmine in it, and I smelled them both. And the red one has basically no smell. Like when I bought the lipstick, I remember now, it had no scent, and I actually mentioned that in the video that it just basically has no scent. It's very neutral. So for it to now smell like moldy styrofoam probably wasn't a good idea. And my lips started like itching me a little bit, and I was like, I don't know if that's just like the placebo effect of finding out something is expired and now you're like, oh my god, I'm itching, or if it actually made me itch. But I took it off immediately and I threw it away. So you'll see that in an empties video, even though it's not empty at all. I had to throw away a whole Hourglass lipstick. Why? Because I have too many. That's why. Then backups. I bought an Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I had Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation and I really enjoyed it. So when it was on sale, I would always buy a backup. And then recently I had to throw away basically a whole full unused ABH 42-pound foundation because it smelled like expired paint. And that was not the smell that I had originally. I didn't want to basically ruin my face and have, you know, some kind of a rash come out or something. So I just throw it away. And that's 42 pounds down the sink or down the bin. So it's just like, there's just things that you don't need to buy backups of. Like if you run out, then buy it. Don't buy it ahead of time. If you can see that you've got like a quarter of your foundation left, then you can start looking for a good sale, a good bargain. You know, don't leave it right until the end. But if you still have 5,000 foundations, and you like this one new foundation you have, you don't need to buy a backup of that foundation because you still have 10,000 foundations. I'm not saying you can't try new foundations, but just don't buy backups if you already know that you've got like a whole huge collection. Because I recently had to throw away 2 really good products because I bought backups of them, as if I don't get easily bored of makeup. I'm such like a cheat when it comes to makeup. I'll love one thing for like a month straight and obsess over it, but the moment something good, new and shiny comes along, I'm like, nope, I'm done with you. I'm on to the bigger and better things. So I'm not loyal to my makeup, so I just feel like buying backups of things is so dumb, mainly for someone like me who doesn't stick with one routine for a long time. It just makes no sense. So I'm gonna stop doing it. I did it recently with the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, and I'm just... that's fine. I'm not going to open it. I hope it doesn't expire. As long as I don't open it, then I'll get into it. So then, lip liners. I spoke about this recently about makeup products you don't need. Lip liners, you need a handful. You need one maybe burgundy, brown, whatever like deep tone you love. Maybe one red, one some kind of a brown nude, some pink nude of your like choosing, and then maybe a different color that you really enjoy wearing. Okay? You don't need 50 lip liners. You also don't need a lip liner to go with your lipstick. If you have a red lipstick, you don't need to get a lip liner that perfectly matches that lipstick. You can get one that's like one shade off. Like you don't need to buy red lip liner for every red lipstick you have because there's really not that much difference between them. And if you pile on the lipstick on top of the lip liner, you won't even be able to tell the difference. I have 5,000 lip liners. That's probably an exaggeration, only a little bit, and I use maybe 5 of them at most, and that is at most. They're gonna go moldy before I can use them up. I used to be obsessed with like getting a lipstick and then getting a lip liner to match, which is why I used to really enjoy like the Kylie lip kit situation. But it makes no sense to me because if you're buying 5 nude liquid lipsticks from Kylie with 5 nude lip liners, you have 5 nude lip liners that look exactly the same. You won't see the difference. You could have one lip liner and use them for all of those lipsticks. A lip liner is just there to make sure that you stay within the borders of your lips, to kind of lightly, you know, do a little thing. But once you pile lipstick on top, you can't even tell what lip liner you use. So as long as you just have like the general groups, right? So if you have like 10 red lipsticks, 10 nudes, 10 browns, and 10 purples, you only need one lip liner for each of those groups. You don't need like all of those lip liners. You could just use it, pile it on multiple times or just once for a slightly lighter nude or deeper nude, but you don't need 5,000 different lip liners. Take it from me, you're not going to use them up. And it just feels like such a waste of money. Also, high-end lip liners, they work the same way as drugstore lip liners. Just get a drugstore lip liner that works for you. I heard Wet n Wild's good. I heard, you know, L'Oreal's good. If you don't really mind like cruelty-free, non-cruelty-free, I heard like L'Oreal's good. I think Tati used to film those videos of like 10 best under 10 products, and she used to mention so many really cheap lip liners that worked really well. So you don't need a 20-30 pound lip liner. That's literally bonkers. It's a pencil. You might as well just use a pencil. So yeah, Don't buy too many and don't buy expensive ones. I wasted so much money on lip liners. I bought so many of those Kylie ones just so I could have them to go with the liquid lipsticks, and then I wouldn't use them together anyway because I just couldn't be bothered to. So I just have them laying around doing nothing. I have like this vault of Colourpop lip liners. I use maybe three at most. Okay, moving on, because I'm just going to get really sad about my spending on lip liners. Buying too many brush sets over individual brushes. You don't need to buy brush sets. You need one like bronzer brush, one powder brush, one maybe smaller powder brush, like for the under eyes, just to get like more in there. Maybe a blush brush and a highlighter brush. Maybe if you're doing like regular everyday looks, like 3 eyeshadow brushes, one fluffy big, one medium fluffy, and one some kind of under eye smudgy brush. That's like 10 brushes at most. Whereas when you're buying brush sets, you're going to get about 15 to 20 brushes, out of which you're not going to use half of them because there's going to be some weird like brushes that you just don't need, okay? So then you're going to end up buying more single brushes to make up for the fact that there's some brushes missing in your brush sets, and then you're going to have like a bunch of brushes that you don't need. Just buy. I know it seems more expensive because individual brushes are more expensive technically than buying them in sets, but you're actually going to save money on all the brushes that you don't need, and then they're just going to lay around and you don't need them. So just invest in like a good set of like 10 brushes at most if you're just like an everyday wearer of makeup, and don't bother with the sets, and you're going to actually save money on that because you're not going to have to keep on then adding brushes onto it to make up for the fact that you're like missing brushes through your sets. Okay, so just 10 brushes and you're gonna have them for a long time if you take care of them. So it just seems like a much better investment. Anyway, I just don't like that I used to buy like 5,000 different brush sets and then I would just give the brushes away because I didn't like them. Anyway, buying hyped makeup that was not intended for my skin type or skin needs or my makeup wearing technique, okay? I used to buy like matte foundations, matte full coverage, even though I had semi-dry skin at the time. It looked crackly, it looked dry, it looked like a mask. I also used to bake. I used to buy baking products, like full-on loose baking powders, like very cakey, very coveragey, and then just pile it on under my eyes and just do things that were not intended for me instead of finding my own method of doing things. But I guess that's how everyone, you know, gets into makeup. It's like you're doing things that don't really work for you until you find the things that do. But I just wish I didn't waste money on it. Oh my god, the amount of matte foundations I had to get rid of at some point because they were not for me. They were not for me. Matte concealers, I had to get rid of them. I got rid of most of my loose powders. At this point, I'm just like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not going to buy it. There's that. And with the buying backups, also for me, personally, this might not be an issue for you. I don't regret buying a lot of eyeshadows or a lot of like blushes and highlights because those don't really expire because they're powder products. Even though it says like 2 years, I keep them around for like 5 and they're fine. They don't smell wrong or anything like that because they are powders. There's not much liquid in them and it's usually the liquid that expires. What I do regret buying a lot of is lip products. I recently got rid of about 20 lip products. Some I didn't like, some I threw away because they were expired, some had a funky smell. Lip products expire very quickly. So at this point I'm trying to figure out like, do I need this lip product? Is it going to bring me joy? I like buying limited edition stuff as like collector's purposes, but I don't buy just regular lipsticks anymore. Like, oh, I like this shade because I probably have that shade 5,000 times over in my drawer. So if I just go in there and check what I have, I'm probably going to find it. So unless it's like limited edition or something that really brings me joy, I don't buy it anymore because it just seems like if it's like a nude, I already have a nude lipstick. I have 5,000 of them. If it's a red, I have 5,000 red lipsticks. I don't need it. If it's a pink, I have it in my collection. So at this point, I think about 10 times about a lip product before I buy it because it's like, do I really need it or do I just feel like I need it because it's cute and new and funny and I probably already have that shade in my collection and on the lips it's going to look exactly the same way. So buying lip products is just one thing where I'm like, why do you have 2 full drawers of lip products? Tell me. Because they expire, and just like the Hourglass thing, it smells funky and you don't want to put it on your lips because it's going to go into your mouth and you're going to be swallowing expired products. So lip products are the one thing where I really needed to get a little bit more disciplined because it just was not working for me. So let me know what your makeup regrets are, what you regret buying, what you'd tell other people to not buy. Let's just give each other advice in the comment section down below, and I'll probably film part 3 reading your makeup regrets. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.